I'm Chad Grigsby, and you're watching The Tour Life.
Here we go, stop number 6, 2021 season. Not the way we wanted it to go. It seems like everything that could have went wrong, and just one of those years that it's hard to explain all the stuff that just, sometimes it goes your way, and it's like, holy cow, how did I pull that out of, the hat? And then the other years, it's like, man, I had everything lined up, and it just kind of all crumbles in your hands. So anyway, we go get the FVP Raptor, load everything up. I'm heading to the St. Lawrence River up in New York. I love it up there. It's I don't really like rivers, but it's smallmouth fishery, and it's kind of fishes a little different than most rivers. So it's big, it's wide, it's deep. It's not like it's a big running water. Heavy. It is heavy current, but you can get out of it and stuff like that. On the way up is the Ranch House Coffee. My buddy that owns it, Dave Belushka, he's in Buffalo, or outside of Buffalo in Eaton. Just backed into the Ranch House Coffee. So we stopped there. I always stop on my way through. Either I'm going to Champlain or the St. Lawrence or the Finger Lakes or wherever he's kind of on the way, and it's nice to stop and see him. We've been buddies since we were like 13 years old, and now he's running this Ranch House Coffee, which is a great coffee brand. Check him out. All that good stuff. Good folks there. We stopped, stayed the night. Dave wanted me to ride some horses, and it started raining, so I got out of that. He rides like all the time, but I don't. But whatever. So I got out of it. He was kind of bummed out, but it'll happen again next year, I'm sure. I'll get stuck on the back of a horse somehow and probably get bucked off and break my arm. So I leave Dave's in the morning. Still got another whole day to drive. Basically, I think it's about 6 or 8 hours from Dave's house up to Messina, where our house is. Got up there, met Tim and Daryl. They're already checked into our house that we got. Pretty nice little place. Toured around there, unloaded everything. Pretty standard issue stuff. We have to get, all our rods out. Timmy's working on his tackle. Look at him go. Messina, New York. There's our humble abode for the week. Oh, look, Eric's getting a little love. McLovin's not here. Get everything around, get unloaded, move into the house. Everything's good. I don't know if this is light enough or not. First day of practice, St. Lawrence River, 5 a.m. We're heading out. A few guys coming in the parking lot over there. Not very many. Here we go again. Day 2 practice. Day 1, not horrible, but not what I want to find. I mean, I think I catch a little limit, 14, 16 pounds, something like that. Probably had 16 or 17 yesterday. Not that good. So today we're gonna spend a little more time out deep. It's a little colder today. We had big storms come through, midday, 4 or 5 o'clock. Pretty bad. Today, it's 60 now. It's only supposed to get up to 67 by the end of the day, so wind's going to blow again, up 10. But looks pretty nice right now, so we got another 15 hours to figure them out. So we'll keep the camera rolling. Put that on right now. Let's get her done. Well, it's getting about dark, so we're gonna put her on the trailer. This ends the 2-day practice. Today was pretty good. I caught, I don't know, I had over 20, maybe 21, 22, something like that. Didn't weigh them. I weighed a couple of them because I weren't sure how much they were, but so we'll see on Thursday what happens. Tomorrow's a day off, so it's been raining all day. It's kind of a nasty day. It got cold. 67 was the high, I think, but you can still see there's plenty of clouds. Rain quit last 20-30 minutes, so I'm gonna head in. Not a great practice, but I got enough to go on where I think I can scrap out a pretty good limit. I can get some big ones to bite in the morning, and then I got some offshore stuff, so we are gonna see what happens on Thursday. Stay tuned. So get done with practice, everything, get all the rods around on their day off. Everything's good. You know, you never know how it's gonna pan out, but I'm just pretty optimistic about this because so far this year it hasn't gone very well. Not that I haven't been around any, because every tournament seems like I'm around them. Except for UFAL, I was like lost, but other than that, every tournament is pretty, like, could have had a pretty good tournament. Where I grew up, they'd have a boat behind their buggy like that.
Hook up 140, okay?
Head out the first day. I run about, I think it's about an hour upriver. Head through the locks, go up another 45 minutes after the lock. It's not a community area, but there's a lot of guys that fish it. I found them shallow, so I was fishing anywhere from 2 to 14, 15, right in that area. And a lot of it's a timing thing, and started out the day, lost one, then I broke one off. Just the stuff that has happened all year is weird that it just kept, like, I had plenty of opportunities. So I fished for a while on my key area. It's not, I don't really feel it. It's not, I'm not catching them that good. I think I caught 1 or 2 maybe, I don't know. And then I left and went to 3 or 4 other areas. Then I had to go another 20 minutes up to get gas because I needed to make it all the way back. Because I did drive around a little bit the first day. So when I come back, I went to another spot where I thought, I could catch a limit anyway of 14 or 15 pounds pretty easy, and they were gone. I think I caught one on my first cast when I pulled up, and then I don't even know if it's a keeper. I think it was short. That's what we're up here for. So I go up to these other spots, leave there, go get gas, and then I head back and I hit 2 other little stretches where I had caught some in practice. And I'm like, you know what, I'm just gonna go back to my primary area. I know they live there, there's big ones there. And sure enough, in the afternoon, I caught one, and then I caught another one like 5 minutes later, and it was a 5.9. And then 2 casts later, I have another 4 3/4, maybe 5-pounder on, and it jumps like 3 times. Got it. Get it by the boat, and it comes off. Typical. I mean, it's just like that's just how the season went, and it's nothing you can do about it. It's just, I don't know if the stars weren't lined up or. or whatever. But and then I catch it on, fill out my limit. Ended up, after all the dust settled, I think I had 17.5, 17.4. I'm in like 40th place, no big deal. But the possibility was there to have well over 20 with the fish that I lost, and that's that's huge. Between 17 and 20 pounds, it puts you from 40th to top 10. Anyway, we still know they're there. The next day I know it's going to be a little more overcast. The wind's going to blow. That's not as good for spy baiting. A little better for, spinner baiting, which I caught quite a few of my fish on that. So we'll just figure out the fish when when the second day comes. So head out in the morning, launch the boat, go through boat check, all the fun stuff that we have to do. And head to the same spot. And I kind of, in my head, I'm like, I know just to get a check, I probably need like 12, 13, 14 pounds, something like that. But I know the possibilities there for over 20. So I'm not going to do all the running around for heading up to get gas. And so I'm just going to stay in this area, which is a big area. And then go out through the day, and it's kind of slow. And then I finally caught one. And then, man, it just kind of died for a long time. And then I pick up my spinnerbait again, go along this little shoal, and I hook like a 2.5 pounder, which, I don't have a limit yet, so I'm pretty excited about it. But he bit right by the boat, and I go to swing him in the boat like I've done 10,000 times in my life. And he shakes his head, line breaks, hits the side of the gunnel, and goes, instead of going in the boat, he went out of the boat. It's just like the more frustrating, it just made the day more frustrating after this, it's a 2.5 pounder, but that's something that I need at this time because I don't have a limit. So try to shake it off, but it's like I'm just swinging a 2.5 pounder in on 15-pound line. Shouldn't have a problem, but however it works, he broke off. So keep milling around, catch one, catch another one, and then I end up catching a nice one, like a 4-pounder or so. And I got my limit, but it's only, I don't know, 12 pounds, 11 pounds, something like that. And I've got 10 minutes, 15 minutes to go, and I pull up to the spot where I had 2 follows the day before, and I'm like, I kind of know they're using this on the backside of this island. So I pull up there, and like my third cast, like, it loads up, and I'm like, oh, this is the one. It comes up, jumps, it's like a 4-pounder, and I'm like, okay, this will get rid of a 2-pounder that I've got, and it'll put me up around 14, 15, 16 pounds. Third jump comes off with 8 minutes to go, and it's just like, how does this happen? Like time after time. I understand you lose smallmouth, but it's just like one of those, it's almost comical after so many came off when I had that many opportunities. And just so happens, head back to the ramp, I have 11.15, just under 12 pounds, and it takes, I think I had 29.1 for a total for 2 days, and it took 29.2 to get a check. So I missed a check by 1 ounce, and I had probably 8 fish on that could have put me over that limit, but nothing you can do about it. It's just fishing, and it's a fun fishery. We had a good time. That just totally tops off the year, and it just sucked. The whole year sucked. I'm glad it's over with. I had a good time doing all this stuff, but it's just frustrating because a lot of times those little things, that fish I swing in hits the gunnel and falls in instead of falls over. And for whatever reason, it just wasn't meant to be. And I'm over it. It's no big deal, but I would rather it go the other way next year when all those little things that went wrong go right. That's what we're going to try to do next year. So, well, the other thing is when you have those mistakes and stuff, you got to be able to overcome them. And I don't think I had enough tools last year. Not tools, but plans. Where if I go up here and I catch, instead of catching 6 or 7, I only catch 1 or 2, and I lose 3. I need to go over here and catch those 3 that I lost to make up for the difference.
So
and
you're thinking you gotta fish a little looser next year. Like,
yeah, I got to take more chances and stuff instead of being like, this is how I'm going to catch them. I got to be more open-minded, which I usually am. I can kind of fly by the seat of my pants. That's not a big deal. But when you see fish, that you have on, or you break off, or one comes up and jumps and throws it, or all the stuff that went wrong, you have to be able to overcome that. And normally I can, but last year I may go to a new spot and go, flip up one and have him by the boat and he comes up. I mean, it was just one of those deals that I'm glad it's over, and I'm really excited about 2022. we're just gonna have fun. We're gonna get a lot more footage next year. We got more cameras, so it's gonna be a good time. Hope you guys enjoyed this year. We're going to Rayburn first in 2022, so that's gonna be a good show. 2021's over. I'm glad.